What we are hinting at here, when we talk about living a soul-filled life, we're talking about allowing this presence to be in every area of your life. It's been called many different things. Many of you rightfully call it a state of enlightenment. And indeed, that would be one way to describe it. And yet, from your human perspective, you've assumed that enlightenment is a perfected state. You assume that enlightenment means that in a way you transcend your own human nature. In a way you do. You transcend the addiction to all the limitations, because what happens here when you allow the presence of your soul to be in your body with you, and you start giving it the freedom to express itself with you and as you, it tends to transmute so many of the cells in your body that are addicted to or aligned with the limitations, the doubt, the worries, and the concerns. And all of you know how that feels. Well, that's that detox process. And perhaps that's going longer than you had hoped, but it is what it is. Embrace that recalibration of the physical body as a natural part of what any human being goes through in order to have an honest, tangible, physical relationship with your own soul. But another thing goes through a tremendous transformation. All the emotions that are connected to all the beliefs, that are connected to all the limitations, all the doubt, all the worry, all the concern. And if we pause right here, we love the reference that Robert made to the $25. How for a lot of you, not to guilt trip you here, this isn't about that, but a lot of you like speaking on behalf of what you don't have, as if that is the only reality that you could choose. And so when we talk to you about a place that doesn't resign itself to whatever you're lacking right now, and for a lot of you, what you are lacking is abundance in the form of resources, in the form of money. And for a lot of you, you lack that because somehow the word or term money has become a four-letter word. You don't embrace it as being spiritual. You don't embrace it as being freeing. In a way, you curse it as being the tool, as the only tool that you are allowing all the support that life does want to share with you to come through the very tool that you've created to allow life to support whatever you want. And so we've invited you, well, call it something else, but it's still going to be money, but call it something else. Call it ice cream. Call it spirit. Call it a ice cold beer. It doesn't matter. Or let it be what it is and change how you feel about it. Change how you feel about money so that money can serve you. And so in this relationship, a relationship that we're inviting your soul to be a part of your day-to-day reality, how you speak about yourself speaks about the relationship you have with your soul. If you are insisting, and many of you are, that you're willing to feel the presence of your soul, but you still want to be the one in control, from your human perspective, what kind of relationship is that? How many relationships have any of you had with another human being where you said, okay, I'd like to be in a relationship with this other person, and the other person said to you, yeah, this is great, but the conditions are I get to always be in control. I get to say whatever I want to say. Well, actually, I get to say what you want to say for you. I make all the choices for us. Well, most of you rightfully would say, you know, Michael, I've left a lot of relationships like that. I don't want anything to do with those. Good. Very good. And from that, you discovered that your self-esteem, your self-worth really got a nice kick in the rear end. You felt better about yourself. And so why do you apply such an abusive relationship that you've said no to with another human being to the relationship you have with your own soul nature? Why do you apply the same standards that you would say to me that you would never have with another human being? Why do you insist on having such a degree of control when it comes to your own soul, when it comes to your own freedom? Is it not interesting? This level of control in how it denies you the very freedom that you want to have. Because in this relationship with your soul, you pretty much take care of the details from your human perspective. You, of course, get to ask for what you want in this mutually respectful relationship with your soul, but you don't have to create the energy. You don't have to go out there and do it. You don't have to do all the hard work. Or do you? Are you still doing that? Because if you're still doing that, then there's a part of you that looked at the hard work isn't the hardest thing here, Michael. The hard work is letting go. The hard work is letting go of the control. The hard work is letting go of my mind dictating for me what I want to experience. And worse than that, how I'm going to experience it. And so in this relationship that changes every day and where you cry out to the heavens, I'm sick of lacking, you fill in the blank, whether it be health, vitality, money, a good relationship, a good job, more creativity, more passion, more vitality, more enthusiasm, whatever it is that you're lacking, you're not going to get anything if it's always going to be up to you in how you express that, how you experience it. And so it is a dynamic change of consciousness, a change of your own life. When you decide to be done with this control and allow this presence to be in your life, that is the enlightened state. Robert would be the first one to say he hasn't perfected that relationship, but he is allowing it each day more and more and more, which of course is disassociating himself more and more and more from the welfare and concerns of the collected human family, including his own biological human family. It's an interesting choice. It's an interesting choice. Because in this relationship where you get to say to your soul exactly what you need and what you want from your human perspective, and from your human or from your soul's perspective, that will be honored. It shall be. But if you want what it is that you want, the new car, the new house, more peace, a better job, a better paying job, the soul provides the energy for all of that. The soul brings to you the energy for all of that. And what is your part? What part do you play? If the soul is bringing all the energy, well, after you ask for what you want, isn't it a good time to just relax and smell the roses, knowing that it's been taken care of? If you would but let go of the control and allow the energy to support you. Allow your soul to support you. Now, in this human soul relationship, the beautiful thing is it gets so much easier for your human in terms of co-creating or creating for yourself in relationship with your soul all the things that you presently lack. But on the other end of that, so much garbage needs to come to the surface that takes a lot of self-compassion to be okay with all the ways that you have said no to life, to be okay with all the ways that everything that you've inherited in this physical body that's connected to your own parents and their parents and their parents, that whole biological lineage, all that stuff comes to the surface, and it at times can take your breath away. At times can be actually quite frightening. When that energy begins to surface, no longer lying dormant within your own physical body, it gets stimulated. It becomes activated to be set free. And one of the most potent ways for you to activate that kind of freedom, to release those kind of energies, is to find a variety of ways that you're willing to give your soul the freedom to express itself in relationship with you. Robert is using this format as a teacher. He also uses the same relationship I have with him in this format, working at an Amish furniture store of all places. And I love working with him. And I love working with the clients that come in. No, we don't tell them about the teachings of Michael, but we do communicate heart to heart, energetically with each and every one of them, as a way to bless them, as a way for them to see that this is what it looks like to see spirit in a human body. And this is what we were asking of each of you. Instead of disassociating yourself from how you interrelate with your human family, because we get the past history. Yes, it's been painful. Yes, they haven't honored you. Yes, they haven't respected you. Yes, they put all kinds of labels on what they consider to be a dysfunctional characteristic or emotional problems that you have in your life that they don't have. It's time to let that go. It's time to stop using that as an excuse for why you don't allow your soul to have the freedom to express itself in your day-to-day reality. That's what this is all about. Advanced self-mastery is taking another step forward and saying, I'm going to stop being in control of this. I'm going to be in the relationship that I want to have with my soul the way that I wanted to have a relationship with any other human being, that allows both partners to coexist, that allows both partners to express themselves, that allows both partners to be in relationship with each other. In Robert's terms, that's called true Tantra, the merging and blending in what appears to be complete opposites. Your conditioned past, your past history, full of so many limitations, coming forward and saying to that unconditional part of you, okay, I've had enough. I can't do this anymore. Uncle, it hurts too much. I give up. Let's do this together. I give up the control. On that note, it is my honor to come in these short periods to do what? Well, to stir things up, because it needs to happen, does it not? To stir things up and to give you the opportunity to find within this new relationship that you're wanting to have the opportunity to have it. Let's look at your